Well, look, I think the audience is going to find a sort of a unique society and story that's set in the future, and then I think the audience is going to find, sort of an epic adventure. It's about this young woman who begins as this very ordinary person and then gets thrown into a situation which is incredibly intense, and so there's intense action, and there's a lot of people jumping on and off trains. Yeah, well, all the movies I've done have been very different from each other, and this one is very different from the last one, Limitless. But they sent me the screenplay, and somebody had sent me the book, and I read them, and I was really intrigued, and they offered me, they wanted me to do the movie, and as a director, it's a really interesting challenge to do a movie that's set in the future and to create that future world. So I liked that challenge, and I liked the themes of the story. And I was looking to do a bigger epic adventure. So this is it. Yeah, well, I think the movie is very faithful to the book. I mean, a movie is a different beast than a novel, and there's always, novel is very much written from, in this novel, is very much written from her internal viewpoint, what she's thinking, what she's feeling, and so it's always difficult for a filmmaker to find visual, ways to represent that. But I think we've done it in a very faithful way. I would ask Veronica Roth, who's the author of the novel, I had 1,000 questions for her about how the world came to be this way, where it was going, and then how it worked. Did they have money? Where did they get their food? Where did they get their, fabric for their clothing? And she was an incredible resource just, for these questions. And I think she really, and she's seen the movie, and she's seen it a number of times now. I know she's gone in and watched with regular audiences and, in the cinema. And I think she really likes it. She, obviously there's things that are different, but I think she really, respects the movie and responds to the changes and feels that they're really in the spirit of the original book. Well, it's inevitable that we could get compared to that movie. It has a young woman at the center of the movie set in a future world. But I think this movie's very different. For one, our character played by Shailene Woodley starts out as a very ordinary person, the least likely person to succeed or even survive in this society. She's not a superhero. She doesn't have superpowers or any kind of magic. It's really just through hard work and through sheer force of will that she kind of grows as a person and becomes stronger as a person and acquires the skills to survive. So that's a very different journey, and I think it's actually a much tougher movie. I mean, the fighting in the movie is brutal and more intense than the other movies. Yeah, well, I wanted the best actress who was working to be in my movie, and I feel like she is the best young actress working. If you've seen her in The Descendants or The Spectacular Now, she's incredible. She's so true and such an honest performer and so relatable, and that's what I wanted for Tris. And for Theo, we needed somebody who played four to be like a stone wall, to be so strong, yet we needed to see the cracks in that stone wall and to see the vulnerable person underneath and the person that has secrets. That's a very sort of delicate balance to find in an actor, and he is an incredible actor and an incredible fighter as well, and has a real powerful screen presence. Well, I'm not directing the next one. I couldn't. I was trying to edit this one, and at the same time I was trying to prep the next movie, which starts shooting in 2 months, actually. And at a certain point I was like, I can't do both. So, but the next one's going to be great. It's the further, it's the next step in their adventure, and and it's putting them under even further pressure. And there's intense things that happen with, Kate Winslet's character and with Jai Courtney's character. It's horrific and intense.